We're celebrating Black History Month, and the theme for this year is saluting and celebrating our sisters. Let's start under that conversation around that theme. What does that mean to you?
Black History Month is the annual observance of acknowledging all the contributions and achievements of Black people and their communities.
Yes.
And ideally, it's all about people that shaped history,
yes,
and it's important to continue to remember them.
You're currently studying here at GBS. You run a food bank. You've got 5 children and you've got your studies. I don't know how you juggle with all this. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your story?
It's called time management.
Wow.
Yes, I'm a mother of 5 and I've got 6 grandchildren.
6.
And basically, studying for me at GBS was an achievement I wanted.
Diving straight into what you do at GBS, you are the first Black female head of department. You started your department from you, and you have 27, if I'm right, working under you today. How did you do that? What gave you the drive?
Only God knows. When I came to GBS, I could see there was a gap. I could see there was a gap in what we needed, and I literally put a proposal forward and said, this is what a welfare service for secondary higher education should look like, what it should reflect in comparison to our partners, if that makes sense.
Yes.
And senior management loved it, and therefore the welfare team was birthed. I then got promoted to senior management, and what is my drive is helping, supporting, and having that impact to change lives. Like, there's so many people who have been, given quite a raw deal in life, and being able to come to GBS and have that second opportunity to gain knowledge and education, and be able to do that by removing barriers to learning. That is what I wanted to do for GBS. And I think it's just been a great journey so far for the past 3 years.
Do you want to give us a rationale around your thesis and your experience as a Black woman, a Black Nigerian woman in higher education?
Thank you for that very good question. When I started my EdD program, that's the Education Doctorate,
yes,
it was difficult for me to see, or I'll say it was quite rare for me to see Black women that are lecturers, that are representative of where I have come from and who I am. So I kind of struggled with my sense of belonging until I did a Model 4 activity where inclusivity was promoted, and then my sense of belonging increased over time.
So I take it that the Model 4 was your awakening, where you kind of, that's really, and what was that thing that helped you in realizing your sense of belonging? Yes,
the model leader then cut some activity and cards that represented different aspects of people's lives, and fortunately she included an African prince on one of the cards, and as soon as I saw that, what she wanted us to do was to pick a card that reflects who we are and what we want to achieve, or how that what it represents in our life. And I was able to relate to that card, that it represented my multiple identities and coming from a different cultural background. Sometimes I struggle with my self-esteem and self-confidence, but afterwards I realized that some of the cohort members had empathetic reaction after I said that, and my sense of belonging increased over time.
So that was your awakening. You are currently doing your thesis on an investigation into Black Arabian students' attitude towards higher education based on your experiences. Do you want to just give us a rationale around that?
Yes, so basically I've observed and experienced the lack of positive Black role models to inspire me to want to become something. And I've noticed in education, I don't get to see that representation. So for me, my whole research is based on the importance of representation. representation. Whilst I'm not going to take away from the Martin Luther Kings of the world and Rosa Parks of the world, I'd also like the future generations and the current generations learn about the Katherine Johnsons of the world and Olivettes of the world, who were like, you know, the first black female professor in history. I didn't learn about that at school, and I think it's good. I think it needs to be learned, because all it's going to do is inspire others to become, to want to become, to be that.
What they, yes, right. It does.
Yeah.
And do you think a lot has been done, or do you think much has been done for Black History Month here at GBS?
GBS has been amazing. Like, literally, the Teacher Enhancement Thursdays, the black women that I've seen on there, and actually the whole of the black culture that's been celebrated.
Yes.
I'm so happy, and it's so inspiring. Honestly, it's been amazing. I love it. I love it.
It's great. What can students like yourself do to celebrate Black History Month?
Celebration, to be honest with you, I don't really believe it should be a month. I think it should be all the time.
365. I agree with you there.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
Okay, so you say it's a month, so let's highlight it. But it should be celebrated all the time. It's a lifetime, that's who we are.
Yes.
So we shouldn't just wait for a month to celebrate.
I
should be celebrating all the time.
I agree.
And especially as you said, it's about the women as well. Women honoring, you know, we're always behind, you know. It's just recently a lot of women's coming forward, you know, and it's good. So yeah.
Oh, that's great. What message do you have for other black women looking up to be like yourself?
I'll tell them for them to follow their own path, because when I came into England in 2008, I struggled over time with my self-esteem and self-confidence, and I tend to kind of wanted to start copying people or being like others or using other people's timeline to measure my own achievements. But when I realized that I could be my authentic self, and then I started I knew I was good enough and didn't have to copy or be like others.
I would say share your successes.
Definitely
share your successes, whether it be academic success or success in your career, because you're only going to inspire others, and that's what we need for the future generations. I'm just genuinely me. I don't know how else to be but me. And my message to other black females, other women in organisations is just be you.
Just
invest in yourself and know your worth, because if you don't invest in yourself, it's almost like you just stay where you are, because if nothing changes, then nothing changes. And it doesn't necessarily mean having to, go back and study. It could just mean that you find a mentor within your establishment and that you learn those, management skills from, or you upskill your soft skills or whatever it is, but have a plan. My mum always says, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So it's almost like if you don't have a vision, you don't have a goal that you're driving for, then you're kind of just coasting in life, and that means you're not really going to achieve much. You can't really make big decisions based on your feelings and emotions. You have to be directive when it comes to your career. So message would be invest in yourself and know your worth.